So when, I know it was, you mentioned to me in an email that was some 80 years ago.
Yes.
You first lifted the apprentice chanter, so you might as well tell us all about that.
Well, it was at school at George Watson's. They had a cadet corps.
Yes.
Which you had to be 14 to join, but you could join the band at 12.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to be a drummer. So I went up and reported to the master who was in charge of the cadet corps and said I wanted to join. And he looked at me and said, would you like to be a piper? In those days, you didn't argue with the masters. So I said, yes, sir. And that's how I came to...
Came to the piping.
To the piping, yes.
Yeah.
And my first teacher was Jimmy Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
Edinburgh, better known as a dancer than a piper. And he was John Burgess's first teacher too.
Is that right?
And then we moved to Glasgow,
Uh-huh.
and the tutor of the pipe band there was RbtReid,
Uh-huh.
who was then 40 years of age, at the height of his power. And from Jimmy Gordon was a portly old man with a big tummy and
Mm-hmm.
not too energetic, to go to the high school band where was this young
Aye.
get up and go chap.
Okay.
It was a complete eye-opener to me. So he brought me on, and then we had to move to Greenock. So
What sort of tunes did you play with them at that time?
we played, the competition set was Major John McLennan, and what they call The Rose Among the Heather.
Right.
But Reid called it the Highland Played, and the reel we played was Bogallan.
Uh-huh.
G.S. McLennan's Bogallan. Quite tricky,
Yep.
but we played it.
Mhm.
And then we played Peterborough O'Donnell Dhu, and the march past was the Cameronians' march past. We wore the Cameronian uniform. It was Kemio's Up in a Wah.
Quite a sprightly tune.
Quite a sprightly tune.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We played it at the normal speed. We didn't play it at
Uh-huh.
140 at the Cameronians.
Also,
Yes.
because you were younger, you were allowed.
Yes.
Aye.
And then when we went to Greenock, I hadn't any teaching, but I was quite prepared to play anywhere, as you are when you don't know much. And I was playing at some concert one night, and I saw my father talking to an old man who turned out to be Pipe Major John Ballach,
Uh-huh.
the composer of Och Mountains Bonnie Glen, the 25th Farewell to Merit, and
Uh-huh.
these tunes. And I think he squared my father away and said, "Right, you've got to get a hold of this chap."
Uh-huh.
So he sent me back to RbtReid.
Good.
So back I went to RbtReid with my pipes full of confidence, and Robert said, "All right, play us the tune." So I played the Atholl Highlanders' March to Loch Catron, of which I was very proud,
Uh-huh.
and I put the pipes away. And Reid said, "You were playing a lot better than that the last time I heard you." So in we went to the back room, and he produced Logan's famous tutor for the Highland bagpipe,
Yes,
and I thought, "Oh, I'm going to get a new tune." And he opened it and he turned back, till he came to the scale, and he said, "We'll start here."
Start again.
Yes.
Yes.
So we started again.
Uh-huh.
But he was a man that I personally found it easy to respond to.
Yes.
And I was very keen to please him.
Uh-huh.
So by the time the next Saturday came, I had what he told me off, and I made that the principle on which I worked. Whatever he told me one Saturday, I could play the next.
That's excellent.
And I got a lot of encouragement from Tommy, his brother, because RbtReid
Yes.
was not a man given to
Compliments.
to praise very much. Tommy came in after about 6 weeks and said, "You're making great strides. The pipe major was very pleased with you." So I stuck in. But the only praise I ever got from RbtReid was when I joined Tommy Reid's band, the Kilmacombe Pipe Band, and we played at Cowell. And Robert said, "Play me the competition set that the band's going to play. So I played, what was it, Their Guys Are Gathering, RbtReid and the Rejected Tutor. And he looked at me and said, if they all play like that, you shouldn't do too badly. And that's the height of all the praise I ever got for RbtReid. But if he kept you on, you knew you were doing all right.
Yes.
And of course I had.
So that'd be accolade enough, really.
That was enough. That was enough. Yes. And I revere his memory. He was a true artist.
Mm-hmm.
To hear RbtReid play the Barren Rocks of Aden would make your heart stop.
What set of pipes was he playing, and what set of pipes did you play at that time?
Oh, he played. I don't know what it was, what they were.
Okay.
At the age of 15, you don't ask these sort of things. But when I used to play at Cowell, for instance, he would give me his pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the drones, he had little rubber, the kind that you used to get off lemonade bottles.
The lemonade bottles and the corks, yes.
Yes, the corks, yes.
The seal.
And he'd say, play them until the drones come down to the corks.
Yes.
Then stop.
Yeah.
Then when you come to go on, pick them up, strike in, and they'll come in very quickly. And that was it. He had it down to that sort of fine art.
That's great.
Yeah.
These chaps never took long to blow an instrument, and maybe 10 minutes before it went up.
No.
Wouldn't be a lot of tuning the platform either.
No, very little, no. I mean, comparable nowadays.
Yes.
Where you can get 10 minutes. I mean, I think Dougal McNeill has timed the Blair Athol contest, where in fact there was more tuning than there was piping.
I was at Blair Athol once, and one individual took 40 minutes to tune up before the Pembroke. And then when they started the first bar, I knew he wasn't going to get a prize. But that just extends the whole day. It beats me why they've never ever taken to the lights at Glenfiddich, and yet it's introduced in so many other places to great effect. It's just part of the competition. You don't get pipe bands tuning up on the line. They tune up about 300 or 400 yards away and walk up. It'd take about 5 minutes later they're going and playing the World Championships with 20 odd pipers. So why can't a sole piper do it? You know? That's my rant over. But that's interesting. So when you were playing at Cowell, that would be as a youngster.
Yes.
And did you get much in the way of Pembroke from RbtReid?
I got 6 tunes by the time we moved back to Edinburgh and I went to Willie Ross.
Yes.
I got the McGregor's Gathering, Captain McDougall, MacLeod of Brassey, The Groat, one other tune, and yes, I can't name them all, but I got 6. I could play 6 by the time I went to Willie Ross.